If you played the classic games, you know the exact routine. You step into the tall grass of Route 1, the screen flashes, and a tiny, low-level bird bursts into battle. You catch it, you train it, and before long, it evolves. In these early hours, Pidgeotto occupies a specific transitional slot in your party, the first major evolution most trainers will ever experience. We tend to view it as a mundane, everyday city bird. Its Japanese name is literally just pigeon. Because it feels so ordinary, its fate is sealed. The moment you stumble across a dragon, this bird is permanently deposited into PC storage. By dismissing Pidgeotto as a boring neighborhood nuisance, millions of us completely overlooked a brutal biological reality buried inside the game's code. To see what this creature actually is, we have to strip away 25 years of childhood nostalgia and examine the raw biological and mechanical data. The early anime portrays it as a loyal, fairly innocent companion. But the text logs hidden deep in the game's Pokédex describe a hyper-aggressive, fiercely territorial killer. Pidgeotto was engineered from the ground up to be a ruthless apex predator hiding right in our starter towns. Look at its starting form, Pidgey. Its rounded proportions and earthy brown colors closely mimic a harmless backyard sparrow or finch. But upon evolution, the anatomy abruptly shifts. It develops a stiff, serrated tail for aerodynamic control and extends razor-sharp talons. Then there is the striking red and gold crest. This plumage abandons the pigeon family entirely, pulling direct visual cues from raptors like hawks, eagles, and ospreys. This sudden explosion of color and sharp angles acts as a visual warning. The creature has graduated from its vulnerable early life and become an active hunter. The biological logs in generations 3 and 6 document this transition perfectly, describing an animal with extreme, high-altitude vision that demands absolute dominance over its environment. This map illustrates the geographical scale. A single Pidgeotto patrols an actively defended hunting radius of up to 60 miles. Within that massive perimeter, it circles endlessly in the clouds. When its eyes lock onto a target, it enters a high-speed dive. Its documented diet is carnivorous. Using those newly developed claws, it snatches up smaller creatures, specifically targeting Execute, and carries its struggling prey for dozens of miles to be consumed. These details serve a specific world-building function. They establish that you aren't wandering through a harmless cartoon landscape, but a functioning, brutal ecosystem. That biological aggression translates directly into the competitive mathematical code of the Generation 3 games. In battle, it operates as a physical wall breaker, a specialized attacker designed to use rapid strikes to smash through heavily armored opponents. This radar chart maps out the math. Its base speed pushes 71, supported by Keen Eye, which prevents accuracy drops. It leverages that speed to execute high-risk, high-reward attacks. Using Double Edge, with a same-type attack bonus, it reliably rips through common defensive walls. Its mechanical utility in a combat simulation perfectly mirrors the ruthlessness of its biological lore. Because it serves as such a reliable early-game teacher, Pidgeotto has maintained a constant cultural presence, from the original anime right through to modern video game remakes and trading cards. In the physical economy of the trading card game alone, it has been printed in 32 distinct iterations over 2 decades. This line graph tracks its pricing trends. While it rarely fetches the astronomical prices of a Charizard, it maintains a remarkably steady baseline value, resisting the steep drop-offs typically seen with common bulk cards. That reliable economic performance tells us something important. The player base inherently respects foundational design over short-lived gimmicks. Pidgeotto functions as the player's primary introduction to the concept of evolutionary scaling. By hitting level 18, it demonstrates how a base creature's stats and utility expand, providing the first tangible reward for the effort of early game training. The visual evidence, from the serrated tail to the expanded wingspan, identifies this creature as a specialized raptor. It's perfectly fine if you eventually deposited it into a PC box. It had already taught you how to survive. The default bird of the Kanto region hides a truly sophisticated predatory profile